I feel that beauty is so much more than skin deep. And, I truly believe that confident women can change the world. And in order to have confidence, it's so much more than putting on red lipstick, right? And I feel that with the way everything's been going in the last, couple years, that wellness, mental health, confidence, that's all part of your beauty routine, right? And inner beauty is so much even more important to me than outer beauty.
Hi and welcome, Shalini, to the Success with Savita podcast. I so appreciate you making the time this morning. I know it's a busy time for you with all the work that's going on, which we're going to talk about. But thank you so very much for generosity of time and welcome to this conversation. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Savita. I'm so excited to be here. And it's always nice to meet another amazing woman. So excited to have this conversation with you today.
Thank you. You're really sweet. Here's something that, I signed up for the fundraising soiree because I know Deeksha and I've been following you. And I was already at a different webinar and I was like, okay, I'm going to see what this is about. I really like Shalini and then I really like Deeksha. I'm going to go support her. So I came into it without too many expectations, right? And then as I heard you speak about your vision, you saying no to $2 million because someone asked you to create fairness products, your mission, your confidence, I was just floored. I was like, how do I get a piece of this company right now, right? So since then, I've been talking to all my friends and I'm like, listen, we've all got to invest. This is going to be our first investment. And I am so looking forward to this. So how's the experience been so far? I'd like to start with that actually.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you. It's been great. So, being that this is my third brand, and in addition to creating brands for Paramount Pictures and Turner Classic Movies and different celebrities and influencers, the beauty of Ready Set Jet is the fact that this brand's very intentional because it's attached to a huge mission to give women the tools to thrive. And initially it started with us really focusing on underprivileged girls in the slums and villages and bringing them the skills and vocation they needed. But then with the pandemic in 2020, we really expanded our definition of impact and brought it to all women, because a lot of women really felt the she session, so to speak, of what happened in 2020, whether they were losing their jobs or losing their businesses or realizing they had to get out there to work to support their families. And so, we added this online academy. And so when the new regulations in the US switched on some of the crowdfunding, where now you could raise much higher and it became more of a global play, I realized that we had another opportunity to empower women by allowing them to have a seat at our table, because, in upwards of 20 years of doing this, I'm still 99% of the time the only woman in a boardroom. I'm always still the only woman in a funding meeting. I'm starting to see that change, which makes me really happy. But at the end of the day, I watch a lot of my guy friends and my husband go out to dinner and be like, hey, I got this great idea. I mean, they don't even have anything like fleshed out. And by the end of the dinner, their friends are like, yeah, I'll throw 25,000 in, I'll throw 50,000 in. And I'm like, women never have these conversations. We don't have the risk appetite. We don't have the financial know-how. Most women have stepped out of their careers to have kids and raise a family. So they don't have that career trajectory that men do. And so I decided to just, we've got, I think, 30 days left of our campaign, really just level the playing field by allowing any woman to invest for as little as $100. We had to turn a lot of women down on our first round because we had a traditional minimum check size. But now what we want is to really create an army of just amazing women and investors that believe in the vision, believe in the products, and know that we can look good, feel good, while also doing good and be a part of change in history. And so far it's been amazing. It's going really well. And we have so many incredible women that I could never have imagined that have joined our journey and have been so helpful and supportive. And it's really, really exciting to see what we're doing.
Amazing. I just get goosebumps when you're sharing that, because these are the kind of conversations we all want to have, right? Versus how we're struggling with confidence. I mean, those are important conversations too, but we want to talk about growth. We want to talk about investment. So bang on about men doing all of that. So I actually want to go back to your journey 20 years prior, right? Like, what's been the two prior brands? Like, this is your third brand. What's been your story so far? I'd love to hear that. Hear
Yeah.
you share that.
So I grew up in a very traditional Indian family. I'm Punjabi. So
Mm.
I had very, very strict parents. But somehow my father gave me the best gift in the world. And he actually sent me to India when I was 19 with a plane ticket and $2,000 and told me to start my own company. And of course, I had no idea if they really wanted me to start my own company or if they were secretly arranging my marriage or
Okay.
sending me off to India because I was like a very rebellious, outspoken girl. And so I like hysterically cried on that entire flight and then got to India. And my uncles are knitwear manufacturers in Ludhiana. So they're like, okay, start your own business. And I'm like, okay. And so I launched surf and golf clothing sweaters. That was the path of least resistance. Hated it. I was 19, trying to tell my chachas like that I have delivery dates, and they're just like, "Bete, go drink some chai. You're fine." And I'm like, "No, I literally have to deliver these sweaters like on this day." And so pivoted into jewelry, got that into Macy's, and all that. And then beauty was always my just fascination and enchantment, and started at a counter like most girls do, and ended up working my way up into getting noticed. And I offered a job on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno at NBC Studios. And, to get to work on a Hollywood lot, being from San Diego was super exciting. That launched my celebrity makeup artist career. That got me on television. Nobody was talking about the beauty of skin tones, the beauty of global beauty secrets around the world. So I started talking a lot about that. It hit. And it also not only hit, but it allowed me to get a publishing deal where I wrote a best-selling book called Passport to Beauty that launched my first brand in Sephora, QVC, Nordstrom, Dillard's, Victoria's Secret. The big joke was that we were this huge global brand, but meanwhile, I was sitting in my garage labeling the products with my neighbors. I exited that brand in 2010, and right after that, I had like a crazy spiritual experience. I met a Korean master. He called me to Sedona. And on my way to Sedona, my car was struck by lightning. I was holding my phone, which was plugged in the car. So this charge just went through the left side
Oh
of my
my
body.
God.
It was quite painful. I mean, it literally felt like somebody was injecting hot burning acid through my body. But when I arrived in Sedona, the Korean master was waiting for me, and he looked at me and he said, "That was for you. That was for your brain. These are the next 4 things I need you to do. And the 5th thing is your homework." And so I did the 4 things, had just an incredible, like rocked me to my core, spiritual awakening. And I realized that I needed to empower women much deeper than lipstick and mascara, that on my own entrepreneurial journey, there was just not many, if any, women willing to mentor. There was this kind of lack-based mentality that it was competition over collaboration, which I didn't understand because we're so much stronger when we come together. There wasn't a lot of resources for women at that time. And so I decided to launch a women's platform called Power Beauty Living. And the whole idea behind that was all about powering up your business, your beauty, and your life. So mentorship for women, by women. What are you doing on the beauty angle so you've got unmatched confidence for unmatched leverage? And then what are you doing for 30 minutes a day on the life side so that you've got this warrior mentality that no matter what's going on out here, nothing's going to affect you in here. And so I came home and I threw a party, and I thought maybe, 20 women would come, 175 women showed up, 8 women got jobs. And within a year, the United Nations contacted me and said, "We love what you're doing. Do you want to launch globally here at the UN and also bring one of your events to 350 CEOs, country heads, and diplomats?" So we did. And while I was doing that, I was getting a lot of calls to create another beauty brand. So I ended up launching a brand called Passport to Beauty, which was quite premium. And it was based on my travels around the world. And we've got all these like beautiful oils that have real gemstones. This is real rose quartz. We've got tiger eye, amethyst. It's just literally me bringing the world to your doorstep based on my book. And while I was doing Passport, I was getting a lot of calls from companies saying, "Hey, we heard that you're just this incredible formulator. You've won all these awards. So I started formulating brands for like the Baywatch movie, for Paramount Pictures, Turner Classic Movies, different influencers and celebrities. And then in late 2017, I found out that I was receiving the Mahatma Gandhi Award at the British House of Lords for my work in beauty and women empowerment. So that was really exciting. Got my award. I was one of the few women that got it, and then happened to come to India a few months later for a wedding in Chandigarh. And I hadn't been to India in, gosh, I would say almost 9 years at that point. It's just a long time. And so the day I arrived, there was a car waiting for me. And next thing I know, I was sitting down with someone from Congress, the Supreme Court, all these different ministers of education, empowerment, social justice, a lot of guys, which was surprising because the requests from all these men were, we feel you've reached your full potential as a woman. Now it's time for you to come help the girls of India. So I said, okay, let me think about it. They're like, we need you to bring some type of impact to these girls. So I said, okay, let me think about it. Came back to the US, mid 2018. I got another call from them saying, hey, we've got 300 people at the House of Commons in London, and we need you to come speak for 1 hour on what you're going to do for India. So I was like, okay, they're serious. And I was personally just fatigued looking at all the influencers putting their name on another eyeshadow palette. I'm like, there's got to be more to beauty than this. And at that point, I realized it was time to use beauty for a higher purpose. And I started calling a lot of the NGOs. I was speaking to, I saw Amazon had done a huge investment in India, specifically in the beauty category. And after hearing the same story again and again and again of the lack of education, lack of vocational training for these girls, I decided we're not going to go to a village and make something sustainable. We're not going to do a fair trade. Let's really just make significant impact. And we can do that by skilling these girls and vocationally training them as the next generation of beauty entrepreneurs. And that's really how Ready, Set, Jet was born. And instead of me bringing the world to your doorstep, Ready, Set, Jet is really about giving you the tools to thrive in your life and really be transformed through the beauty of travel, through the beauty of community, and through the ability to give back and pay it forward to another woman.
Wow. Wow. Winning the award. Congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for sharing this really interesting journey. So, it ties in a lot with the coaching, obviously, when you're saying that you had this spiritual, like this lightning strike you. So, all those people who told me that if you're in a car, you can't get hit by lightning, not true. Absolutely, right?
Well, I didn't know, being from San Diego, you're not supposed to hold a cell phone up during a lightning storm, because we never get lightning storms there. Where I grew up, it's always sunny, it's always mild, beautiful, beautiful weather. So we don't have storms like that. And this storm was very reminiscent of what I saw growing up visiting my grandparents in East Africa and Kenya. So I really wanted to video it because I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen this since I was a child, and that was a mistake. So.
Yeah. Okay, so good to know. And my next question was going to be about the work that you're doing in India, and you already kind of covered that. But I was looking at the idea for the academy, right? Ready. Now, in that academy, you don't just have beauty, right? You're like also about life. You're also about personal development. You're also about empowerment. What made you come up? Is it for the same reason, because you want to make a bigger impact than just go beyond the like putting together a beauty product, or what's the vision for the academy?
I feel that beauty is so much more than skin deep. And, I truly believe that confident women can change the world. And in order to have confidence, it's so much more than putting on red lipstick, right? And I feel that with the way everything's been going in the last, couple years, that wellness, mental health, confidence, that's all part of your beauty routine, right? And inner beauty is so much even more important to me than outer beauty at times. And so I have access to an incredible network of experts all over the world. If I can have them, if I can share my tribe of like-minded, phenomenal, game changers in the world, then I want more people to come and be able to create their like-minded communities. And so for us, it's more than just how to put on a product, how to use a beauty baton. It's also, how do you gain confidence? If you can't travel, then you can at least virtually travel through Ready, Set, Jet, and Ready, Set, Jet to a new destination in the world and get transformed from that. That's been absolutely the beauty of my career, is the transformative travel and learning about new cultures, new beauty secrets, new wellness secrets, new ways of doing things, and realizing that the world is so small and that we all have this desire to look and feel beautiful, and how we go about it is what's different. So what they're doing in, Spain through eating this beautiful Mediterranean diet for anti-aging may be different than, some of the Ayurvedic ways in India, but the goal is the same. And so being able to open the world up to people through the academy, we're doing tiger yoga to unleash your inner beast. So women all over the world will be able to ready, set, jet to a tiger reserve in India and work with a big Bollywood, yoga trainer, and learn how to be how to increase productivity through yoga. I mean, so really unique experiences, as well as then the proper courses on how to be a makeup artist, how to start your own business, how to become a content creator, things that give you the skills then to go out there and be confident and shine, and be able to then take your career and level up on every aspect of your life. And to me, that's really a 360-degree approach to beauty.
Yeah. I really love your vision and the values, right? Your values, brand values really shines through. So tell me about saying no to making a fairness product. How was that experience? And you always knew you'd say no. Was that?
It's interesting. There's a lot of beauty in age, and I'm not afraid to say that I am probably older than a lot of people that are part of my journey. Like I said, I've been doing this for 15 to 20 years. So the gift of experience and wisdom. And like I said, this is not another brand. This brand was created because of the award and the ask to help women. So the mission is so strong that the value set needs to match it, or it just won't work. And I believe, because my entire career has been around celebrating the world and all these beauty secrets, what's beautiful about the world is the diversity of skin tone, culture, all of that. So, when we were told that part of the terms of this deal would be that I needed to create a skin whitening cream, I said no, and they were a little surprised, and they said, well, then do it under a secret brand. And I said, no, I cannot come to India or anywhere in the world and tell a woman, I can only empower you once your skin is white enough. First of all, that goes against my personal morals and my value system. It goes against everything this brand stands for in giving women the opportunities to shine. And we don't want investors like that. We want investors that believe in our mission, that believe in the brand, the opportunity that we're sitting on with the exploding beauty market, not only in India, but, globally. And, it's important that our entire ecosystem reflects that. And, on the flip side, the investors we do have are phenomenal. They're incredible. They're badass, men and women who have either done incredible things, can help us do incredible things, understand the opportunity cross-border between US and India. And that's really who we want to surround ourselves with. And I'm very proud to say that's who we have in our company.
Awesome. I think that was like the moment when you said that, I was like, okay, FOMO. I need to get my hands on this product, because this is such a conversation that's happening. So you shared that you already have international, you have your partnerships, strategic brand partnerships, you've secured a distribution. So all of this is in place and you're just ready to go, right?
The rocket is built. So literally the money we're raising, whether it's through a more structured round or through the crowdfunding, it's to really just be the fuel. So, you're not investing in me trying to figure out what the formulas are, or to go out there and try to secure who our partners going to be. I mean, all that's done. I personally made an investment of a couple $100,000. That's why the formulas are ready to go. We can issue a PO at any time. You're not looking at a 1 year, product formulation, product development, life cycle. Everything's done. And the products are phenomenal. I mean, we were first to market on a revolutionary packaging technology where you actually can personalize and customize your beauty batons. Every single product, whether it's makeup or skincare, has anti-pollution, anti-aging, anti-inflammatory skincare in there, and it's all vegan. So I'm really proud to say that, we've really tapped into beautiful ocean ingredients like marine fennel, golden seaweed, algae that protect your skin, even from blue light from the computers and the cell phones. And we'll continue to bring out products that are quote unquote double duty beauty. We want you to be able to ready, set, jet your day, whether you're going from the beach to the boardroom, hopefully to the boardroom, with products that are just super easy to use, and that, who has time to do a 22-step K beauty routine anymore? I don't, especially from, when I'm doing Zooms all day. I mean, you can literally do your Zoom beauty like so fast with these. I mean, before I get on, I just stick it on with my fingers, and I'm done. And, you just look all fresh and ready to go. And you also know that you're getting really good skincare along with the products. So
awesome. Awesome. Would you like to share about your, before I let you go, I have just last two questions. One is your partnerships and tie-ups already for the audience listening in, because we want to help you get that investment as well. With over 5K plus female listeners. Most of the listeners on this podcast are female listeners.
Awesome.
So if you could share a little bit about that.
Yeah. So we've been really fortunate. I mean, I think there's never been a better time than now for women to come together and rise together. We're fortunate that we even have amazing men that want to change the conversation around, opportunities for women. So actually one of our investors is Ranveer Alabadia, also known as Beer Biceps. He is amazing. He actually dedicated his investment, and his first video was to his mother, because he had made a promise to his mom. Yeah, it was just, incredible. So we're really proud to have Ranveer be a part of this. And, he's such a game changer in what he's done with his own career. He has an audience of 7 million. He'll be actually teaching classes on the Academy on how to grow your brand, how to kind of do what he's done really, really well. And I love having that male point of view and perspective that is actually championing women, because I could not do any of this if I didn't have the father I have and the husband I have. I mean, I have two incredible cheerleaders that stand behind me every single day saying, go, 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 and let us help you. And that is incredibly game changing for a woman in their career, because I've also experienced the opposite. So that's one of our partnerships. The other partnership is with Diksha Huja of Enki Bay, which we're really proud of. And by the way, I met her on Clubhouse. So the power of Clubhouse. We were talking about, we were in some US India Ventures ecosystem room, and then we were like, we need to chat offline. So we ended up meeting, and our vision, our values, and our goals are so perfectly aligned that I said, look, this is what we can do for Enki Bay. And she's like, this is what Enki Bay can do for Ready, Set, Jet. And within 15 minutes, we had a partnership in place with an MOU. And I told Diksha, if all partnerships with women could be this fast, easy, and strong, we could literally change the world together. And so that's been a really wonderful, wonderful partnership for us. We're in talks right now with a huge women initiative out of Singapore that just recently did a tie-up with ZTV, 112 million views. Wow. So we're really excited to see what we can do with them. And then, we have just a lot of great distribution waiting for us. Nika's waiting for us, Smitten, HSN in the US, Home Shopping Network. We're in talks with, one of the big three huge international players. I'll let you guys take a guess who that is. And we're excited to continue to build strategic partnerships because for us, it's really taking the best of the best and bringing it all together into one place. And, Diksha's also going to be participating in the Academy through Enki Bay. And we'll be bringing a lot of the just amazing game changers in the financial world to teach women how to take control of their finance. A lot of women don't even know how to balance a checkbook or how to buy a house or, and I was one of those women. I went from being my father's daughter to my husband's wife. So I didn't have to learn that, and as I got older, I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to do this until I was on my own. And it was a hard learning experience for me. And so I really want to make sure women have those tools to go out there and really take a financial, control of their future.
Awesome. Of course, we have a common friend, which is Diksha, and I was also inspired by her, but strangely on LinkedIn, and then we connected. So before I let you go, you've had so many key learnings raising funds, right? There's like there's a different game. So what have been your key learnings? Like if you can share one or two learnings that women who want to go through the fundraising process can learn from your experience.
I think for me personally, it's a lot of it's been about proper networking,
Okay.
finding the right people to come in and I mentor a lot of women and I advise a lot of solo entrepreneurs, and I always find it's interesting, and I can say this confidently because I've been through the bad as much as the good. Women will be like, oh, I got a term sheet today and they're just going to take 51% of my company, but I'm under an employment agreement. And it's like, well, have you really looked at the terms properly? And this is why for me, it was really important to create that network of women mentors, because there's a lot of things in a funding contract that women may not understand. And it's like, just because you're under an employment agreement doesn't mean they can't fire you and then they've got control of your company. So I think really finding a network of like-minded women who've been through the process before that can guide you through the process, and also taking advantage of some of these, crowdfunding opportunities, because through crowdfunding, we've been able to create an incredible community. And that's exciting to me. But there's as many pitfalls through funding as there are wins. And, for me, what is disappointing is we just saw a 22% decrease for women solo founders in the US. It's gone from 7% to 2%, 1% if you're a minority. I'm considered a minority. So for us, it's really about doing things differently. And I with this brand, didn't go the traditional route of meeting with a bunch of VCs and trying to get it funded that way. I really wanted to tap into women that wanted to even go out on their own and start something new. So we raised 170,000 by doing a party at a crystal store in Hollywood. There was literally 35,000 crystals in the store. I'm like, nothing can go wrong. The energy is too good. And we invited a bunch of women and we said, look, this is what we're doing. This is, the minimum check size. And if you know anyone. And so we were able to raise pretty quickly within like 30 days. And then we brought in some of the traditional seed investors. But for us, we're continuing to do it a little bit different and unconventional with this brand, because for me, it's really about one, giving women more opportunities to become investors and to be part of a global play. And two, for us to really just attract investors that are going to be passionate about our mission and our brand, and they're going to be our best ambassadors. And that's we're seeing that happen. And it's really exciting for me to see that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. But before I let you go, you're the beauty guru. What's your best tip for great skin?
Oh my gosh. The best beauty secrets are free.
Yeah.
Sleep, fresh air, water, those are the best. But, there's so many great beauty secrets from my book. I'll share a couple of my favorites. So for really strong nails, the women in the Dominican Republic, they actually chop a clove of garlic. They dice it up, and then they add that diced garlic to a bottle of Claire nail polish. And then they forget about it for about 7 days. They let it stew. And then when they polish their nails twice a week with it, it makes their nails harder than gel and acrylic nails. So it's the best beauty secret ever. The women in Africa actually want beautiful glowing. They have the most incredible skin. And I was asking them their secret. So they actually take lady fingers or okra, and they put a little bit of water and they boil it and then they mash it. And it becomes a super slimy consistency. And you put it on your face for about 15 to 20 minutes. And it's like an injection of water into the skin. So it plumps up all your fine lines. It gives you the most incredible glowing skin ever, ever, ever. And it's one of my favorite secrets. And I could literally do an hour with you just on all the best beauty secrets I've learned around the world.
Unbelievable. So that's your secret. Okay. Thank you so much. As we come, I would love to listen to you. I can listen to you endlessly, but thank you so much for sharing all your tips. And I love that you keep saying confident women can rule the world. So
100%.
So thank you for leaving us with that message. And thank you for your time once again.
Thank you, Savita.
Also, for people who want to invest, we have the next 30-day window, and they can just go. I'll drop the links with the podcast, but they can also come to the website and click on the invest button on the website of Ready Set Jet.
Absolutely.
All
Absolutely. And
right.
we'd love to have more amazing women join our journey. That's the
Yeah.
goal. We want an army of fabulousness, you know,
For
that's pushing
sure.
this forward.
Yeah. No, no, for sure. Thank you again.